Hey, Hillary, are you there? How have you been? I feel like it's been forever since you and I last spoke.
Oh, wow. Hi there, Lara. Yes, it really has been some time since you and I spoke, hasn't it?
I was thinking about it the other day, and I think I realized that it's been about 5 years, actually.
Oh, yes. I suppose that would make sense. That would mean haven't seen you since the first anniversary of my brother died.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was. When Harry died, I guess we kind of just drifted apart after that, didn't we?
I am very sorry for letting that happen. I want you to know that I was thinking about you, and I was worried about you. But I also didn't want you to feel like you had to be with us since Harry was gone. I just didn't want to try and force you to do something that you didn't want to do. And so I guess that's why I didn't reach out.
Oh, you don't have anything to worry about there. If anything, you were doing me a favor. I just know that being around your family would have brought up too many painful memories.
And that's exactly what I was afraid of happening.
But I'm in a much, much better place mentally. I've moved houses, found a new job. I feel like a brand new person. I even find that I'm not thinking of Harry most of the time now. There was a while where he was all that I could think of.
Of course, I can't imagine what you must have been going through, but I'm glad that you're feeling better. I was thinking about how young you still are. You deserve to live all the life you have to the fullest. I suppose that means you might be thinking about even getting married again then, right?
Well, I would be lying if I said I thought I would end up a widow at the age that I am. But I also just never imagined that Harry would have gotten sick like he did. Or that it would have progressed so quickly. It really is such a shame how he went.
Well, I just want you to know that I am sure that he was thinking of you until the very end. Well, you and Fiona, of course. I know that it just crushes him knowing that he wasn't going to get to watch her grow up.
I know. It's like one day he was here and the next he wasn't. But I didn't come to talk to you about Harry, actually. I just wanted to check in on you and see how you were doing.
Well, I'm feeling fine, actually. Thank you for asking. Are you okay, Lara?
I'm doing really great, if I can be perfectly honest with you. In fact, I think I've even fallen in love. And so just like you said, I might have a second marriage in my future. I just hope that Harry is looking down and that he understands.
I am sure that he understands. He would want you to be happy more than anything.
I'm glad you think so. What about you? Are you married yet? Seeing anyone?
I still haven't married anyone. I guess you could say that I'm still enjoying my freedom too much.
Oh, I see. So then where are you living these days if you're still not married? I remember that you used to live in that building not far from your work, right?
Yeah, that is where I live. And it's where I still live now.
Oh, wow. So you're still living in the same place and you're still not married? Doesn't that ever get just a little bit lonely?
Actually, I adopted a cat, so that really helps in giving me some company. Besides, I've always been good at being on my own, so this isn't all that different.
Well, if you say so, but if I remember correctly, you worked for some kind of financing group, right? I bet that after all this time there, you must have been making some serious money now. And since you're not married and don't have any kids, I would imagine that means that you're able to save quite a bit of it for yourself, right?
Well, I certainly won't deny any of what you're saying.
So that I'm right? You do have a lot of money? Is it really true?
I am able to live really comfortably, but I wouldn't say that I'm rich or anything.
Oh man, I knew it! Ugh, I am just so jealous that you get to live like that.
Yeah, but like you said, it's only because I'm living on my own. The savings actually aren't that much if you think about it that way.
Wow, so not only are you rich, but you're also so humble about it. But I'm just glad to find out that you're doing so well for yourself. And sorry for reaching out to you out of the blue like this. I just had the sudden urge to talk to you, though, you know?
Lara, are you there? What's going on? I just got back home now and Fiona is standing in front of my apartment door.
You mean that you just got back now? Wow, that was way later than I thought you were going to be home. And I just figured that if it had been 5 years since we last saw each other, then it had to be the same for Fiona. So I just thought you'd be happy to get to see her. Can you believe that she's already in the 6th grade? They really do grow up so fast.
No, hold on just 1 minute there. Why is Fiona here at my house? And why is she all alone? She's crying and telling me that you left her here all by herself.
Well, I'm sorry, but I've just been really, really busy with work, and so I was just hoping that you'd be able to take her for a little bit.
Wait a second. You want me to watch over Fiona while you're at work?
I mean, you are her aunt after all. I just thought that you'd be able to watch her for a little bit.
Well, I just wish that you would have mentioned any of this to me before. But either way, I have work that I'm busy with too, and I can't just drop everything to watch Fiona.
Oh, come on. She's an 11-year-old girl. What's the worst that could happen with her there? All you have to do is feed her a little, put her to bed on time, and she'll just take care of herself with the rest. Please, can you do this for me? You don't know how much I would really appreciate this.
Look, I think that you're missing the bigger picture here. You can't just drop your kid off like this.
And what's so bad about me doing that? You're the one who came home late and kept her outside that long. Besides, do you have any idea how hard it is to raise a child by yourself? Come on, Hillary, I thought that I could come to you about this because we're family.
I mean, I don't even know where she goes to school. Is she going to be able to go to school from me?
It's fine. Actually, I haven't even registered her at school at all. So I don't think there'll be any problems.
Wait, what do you mean? Are you telling me that you're not sending Fiona to school?
I mean, when I feel like it, I'll try and teach her some stuff every now and then, but she'll be fine. Anyways, don't you think that she's just the spitting image of her father? She looks just like him, right?
Yes, I guess that she does look just like my brother.
But anyways, I just know that you can take care of her. You live alone in that nice apartment. Surely you can spare the room and the money, right?
Why is Fiona as skinny as she is? Even for a little girl, I think she is still way too thin.
Well, that's just it. I don't have enough money to take care of her, if I can be perfectly honest with you. I really do wish that I could send her to bed on a full stomach every night, but I just can't. You have no idea how tough it is being a single mom. I always feel so terrible having to leave her at home so that I can go to work all day, but I just didn't think that I had anyone I could leave her with. So please, can't you help me out here? If not for my sake, then for Fiona's.
Okay, fine. Fiona can stay here for a little bit. But just how long were you thinking?
You mean it? Oh, thank you. I promise to pick her up from your place once work settles down a bit. But don't worry, I promise that it won't be that long, okay? Thank you again so much for doing this.
Laura, do you know when you're going to come and pick up Fiona from my house? Did you know that she's already been staying with me for a month now? Can you please answer me? You're not just trying to abandon your daughter with me, are you?
I didn't abandon anyone or anything, thank you very much. I gave her to you, like a gift. So I won't be going to pick her up. She's all yours, isn't that great?
Are you serious? Please tell me that this is some kind of joke.
Think of her as a parting gift from Harry. I mean, you didn't have any kids of your own, so it all kind of works out, right? Plus, she'll be able to take care of you when you get old, so it's really a win-win all around when you think about it.
Okay, I'm starting to get just a little bit sick of this, Laura. A child is not an object that you can trade or give to someone.
So you're saying that you don't want her? And here I thought that you had always really liked her when she was little.
That's not what I'm talking about. This is your daughter that we're talking about. How can you do this to her?
What are you going on about? Are you really telling me that Fiona is anything but a burden on me? Besides, I haven't even told the person I'm dating that I have a kid, so I can't just keep her around.
Wait a second. Are you serious? I don't believe what I'm reading.
Well, you better believe it, and you better keep your mouth shut up about it. I mean it. I don't want you blowing my chances to marry this guy.
But why wouldn't you tell this man that you have kids?
Because what if he finds out and then he leaves me? I just don't know how he would react to finding out that I have Fiona.
That's exactly why you should be telling him about the kid. I mean, what are you going to do if you do get married and he just finds out later? If this is really on your mind, then maybe we can look for someone who can take care of Fiona together.
I'm sorry, but I just can't take that risk with this one. I don't want to lose this man. He is really, really rich.
So you're telling me that you'd rather be married to a rich man than have your daughter in your life?
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Well, don't you understand just how selfish you're being? I mean, you can't just give up on being a parent.
And why can't I? It's my life, and I should be able to live it however I want to. And if my daughter is getting in the way of my happiness, then I have every right to get rid of her.
And you dare to call yourself a mother? Do you think she doesn't realize what you've done? She's been crying herself to sleep every night because she knows that you've abandoned her. Doesn't that upset you? Doesn't that make you sad to hear?
You don't know what you're talking about. You're not married and you haven't had kids of your own. So why do you think that you can lecture me like this?
But then why did you leave your daughter with me in the first place? I mean, if you were going to leave your daughter with someone, shouldn't it have been someone with more experience with kids? Because I'm really the last person that you should be leaving a kid with.
Hey, if you can survive a month, then you'll be fine. Just hang in there.
You break 5 years of silence just to abandon your daughter with me. You just wanted to see if I was in a spot in my life where I could take your kid.
Well, I didn't really care about where you are in life so much as I just chose you to take her. But it is true that you being rich and single made the decision that much easier. And now you can finally spend all that money of yours on something worthwhile. So make sure to spoil Fiona like I wish that I could.
I see. Well, okay, fine then. I guess I have no choice but to watch Fiona. I'll take care of her, so I'll just arrange the adoption paperwork and forward it to you when I need your signature.
Wait, are you serious? You mean that you're really going to go through with this? Wow, this was way easier than I thought it would be.
But I still feel so bad for you, Fiona. And I just know that my brother would be so disappointed in you.
You think you can guilt me with your brother? He's the one who died and saddled me with Fiona in the first place. If you want to talk about responsibility, then let's start with your brother.
You are not about to put the blame for this on my brother dying. He was fighting for his life against that disease and still managed to be a better parent than you ever were.
Ugh, don't even get me started about his disease. That was just such a pain in the butt to deal with. Honestly, by the end, he was literally so useless. The only thing he did for us was dying and getting me paid through the insurance.
Well, at least I feel like I finally understand the person you are. Hello, Lara. I just wanted to let you know that the adoption papers are being processed, but I just want to make sure that you're really sure about this. I mean, you aren't going to regret this, are you?
Of course I'm not going to regret doing it. In fact, I just wish that I thought of doing this sooner. It feels so nice to finally be free of Fiona. Anyways, I have a wedding to worry about now.
I take it that you're still with that rich guy you were telling me about?
That's right. Of course I'm going to be with him. He's going to be taking me overseas for our honeymoon, and it's going to be so great. I'm never ever going to have to wait for anything anymore because we'll have all the money in the world.
Just remember that you sacrificed your daughter for that honeymoon trip.
Oh, trust me, I remember just fine. I thank the stars that I don't have her in my life and thank her for making my life 100 times better.
I'll be sure to tell her that her own mother said that she was glad she's gone. Although, you know, she doesn't cry as much anymore. She's gotten much stronger with you being gone. In fact, I'm sure that she would be happy to forget all about you. In fact, I wish that I could forget about you.
Oh, wow, I'm so scared of you. How dare you talk to your sister-in-law this way? You need to learn some respect.
You're no sister of mine. You're just a horrible, horrible woman who is going to get what's coming to you.
Oh, I see. Well, don't worry. The feeling is more than mutual, and I can't wait to forget you. And it'll be easy to with my new life.
Sounds perfect then. Let's just forget all about each other then.
Sounds good to me. It's just too bad that this is only going to work out for me.
You really think that that's how things are going to go? You think that you're going to be the only winner here?
But of course I am. Just why do you think it is that I've been working so hard to make this marriage work? But have fun being a mom. I certainly don't miss it.
You say that, but things might end up just like they did with my brother. You might think you have everything figured out, but then something bad might happen to your husband and you'll be left with nothing.
What in the world are you talking about? My fiancé is strong and healthy, and he won't get sick like my last man.
You act as if you can actually say that with certainty, but you never know what can happen in life. But I guess I'm glad that you fooled yourself otherwise.
Hey, what is going on? What did you do?
What are you talking about, Lara? I thought we agreed to forget about each other.
Don't you play stupid with me. It's just like what you said, the last time that you and I were messaging each other.
Literally, what in the world are you even talking about? You're not making any sense at all.
You told me that something might happen to my fiancé as well, right? Well, my fiancé just broke up with me. He said that he couldn't marry a person like me.
Oh, so you're just messaging me to tell me that you got broken up with? And it sounds to me like your ex made a good call in realizing how awful you are.
But you had something to do with this, didn't you? Why else would he have chosen to leave me all of a sudden?
It's so much that I did something. Although, I did go to see him, if that's what you mean.
Are you serious? Did you really go and talk to him?
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to let him know about your daughter and what you'd sacrifice to be with him. And I suppose that he just decided he didn't want to be with a woman like you. And I, for one, think that's a good call.
But why would you go to meet with him? I never even told you his name. How did you figure out who he is?
You might not have told me his name, but you've been bragging about this man to just about anyone who will listen. And so, it just didn't take that long to be able to track down who this guy really is.
You managed to track him down? And you told him all about Fiona?
Of course I did. I mean, you were talking him up so much. But you were right. He is handsome, and from what I understand, very rich too. I guess I can see why you would be scared to lose someone like him. But more than anything, he was just a nice person.
What did you tell him? Tell me exactly what you told him. I have to know what he knows.
I told him everything, Lara, all of it. I even showed him messages that you had sent to me about Fiona.
What is the matter with you? Why would you go and do something like that? Is this your way of getting payback?
It has nothing to do with me and everything to do with Fiona. You hurt my niece and you disgraced my brother's memory. I wasn't just going to sit and let you get away with what you've done.
But well, you didn't have to stalk my fiancé and go talk to him, you know. Have you gone crazy?
The only crazy one around here is you, Lara. You literally abandoned your own child. Not only that, but you completely disrespected my late brother, your late husband, I might add. And on top of all that, the only reason you were doing all of that was just to marry someone with money.
Oh, shut up. You don't know anything about my life at all. And now, thanks to you, you've completely ruined my plans. Don't you know about all the debt that I'm in? I was going to use this guy's money to pay everything off, but now I'll have to pay it all back myself.
You really are just the worst, do you know that?
Well, what are you going to do to fix all of this, huh? Are you going to pay off my debts instead?
Of course I'm not going to pay your debts. You took out the money, so you should pay it all back. That's how this works.
But that isn't fair. The only reason I had to take out so much money to begin with is because I needed money for Fiona.
Are you telling me that you used all that money for your daughter? Because I know that's not true. When I found Fiona on my doorstep, she looked like she was barely getting enough to eat. And meanwhile, she was telling me all about the expensive brand bags, clothing, and jewelry that you got out with all the time. You were never using that money for your daughter, and you've done this to yourself.
Well, then you need to lend me some money. Please, I need help. You're the only one that I can turn to now.
I am not ever going to help you with anything, Lara. You have caused enough damage to enough lives. And now that I've stood up for my niece and late brother, I respectfully ask that we go back to forgetting about each other. Either way, it's what I'll be doing.
No, please, you're not really just going to leave me like this, are you? Don't you understand what kind of trouble I'm in? Please, Hillary, you have to help me. You really are the only person that I can turn to. You're all that I have now. Hey, are you even reading these texts anymore? Hello? Answer me, Hillary.
And so, that's how my sister lost her engagement. Not only that, but given her financial situation, she was also forced back into work. After that, I stopped hearing from Lara at all. And then, about a year later after she left Fiona at my house for me to raise, Lara sent me a letter. Of course, the reason she had to send me a letter as well as why I hadn't heard back from her was because I had blocked her on everything. In her letter, Lara told me that she had become sick. She told me that she had ended up with the same one that had taken away my brother. It was one of those times the universe shows you its sixth sense of humor. She wrote about how sorry she was and how much she regretted her actions. I gave Fiona the letter to read as well, but she ripped it up without so much as a second glance. I never wrote a response. But in some ways, I'm grateful for Lara doing what she did. Although I didn't expect to have children so soon, Fiona and I grew very close after I took her in. And it was clear that Fiona wasn't getting the kind of care that she needed from her own mother. So it made me feel good to provide that kind of care. As for Fiona herself, if you couldn't tell, she wants absolutely nothing to do with her mother. But aside from that, she is growing happy and healthy and is in an all-around beam of sunshine. Not only that, but Laura was right about her. She really is the spitting image of my brother. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Tina, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I went home early today, and I'm sorry for not telling you about it earlier.
Oh, Ophelia, you don't have anything to worry about. I just hope that it wasn't because your mom was upset with you.
Oh no, it really is fine. Thank you for asking, though. The thing is that my work is just really busy this time of year, and I'm always getting called in. But the truth is that I wish I could have just stayed with you and spent more time together. I mean, you proposed to me, and now we're going to be getting married. And then I had to run off to the stupid old office.
Oh, I know what you mean. I really wish that we could have spent more time tonight, too. But I guess that we both have our responsibilities, and it's not right to expect us to change our schedules just for one person. If anything, I'm just glad that I managed to propose to you before you had to run off, or else I would have had to do it another day. I was just happy to see the look on your face when I pulled out the ring. I always want to make you happy like that.
Tina, thank you so much for saying that. You really are so sweet. I still can't believe you would want to be with me.
What kind of talk is that? Why wouldn't I want to be with you, Ophelia?
Well, I just mean, all the baggage that I came with, don't you?
Oh, are you talking about your mom?
Yeah, of course I'm talking about her. I'm an adult with a job and she still won't get off my back trying to tell me how to live. But my mom gets like this sometimes. She just gets an idea in her head that I'm not doing something right and drop it forever. It's not just this, too. She always has to drag people into whatever fad she's gotten into. First, it was all those new age religions. Then it was fortune-telling and ghost hunting. It just really never ends. To be perfectly honest with you, I can't move out of there quickly enough. But anyways, I just wanted to make sure that you were okay with my mom and all that.
What in the world are you talking about, Ophelia? I proposed to you, not your mom. You're the one that I want to be with. I know what I'm signing up for, but nothing is going to keep me from being with you.
Thank you so much for saying that, Tina. You really are so sweet. I don't know what I would do without you.
What do you mean? Why are you talking like this?
Look, I don't think that we should tell my parents that you proposed to me or that we're engaged. I think it would be smart if I just left the house like this.
You mean you don't even want me to go to your parents' house and talk to them about this?
I just think that they would be against it and not even try to listen to anyone who says otherwise. But that's also because my parents actually don't even know that we're going out. I just know that my mom wouldn't understand, and well, I just don't want her causing any trouble for you.
You mean that they still don't know about us? Well, I really don't know how I feel about that. I mean, you're kind of putting me in a hard place right now, to be honest.
I told you why I wasn't going to tell them, though. It's my mom. She's such a bully. And she never listens to anyone, and she always has to have things go her way. I don't know. It's like she doesn't know how to interact with people.
I see. So you mean that even if you sat her down and told her how much this meant to you, you don't think she would listen?
I just really think it would be best if we didn't tell them a word about the engagement at all. Once we get married, I just want to leave my family and never look back.
I see. Well, I guess you are always saying how you want to leave early when we go to visit your family. But I guess I didn't realize that it was all because of your mom.
Well, it's the truth. And now she knows where I work, so it's going to be even more difficult cutting her out of my life. And she still doesn't know anything about you. I just want to leave this house already. I just want to be married to you and not have to worry about them ever again.
Hey, it's okay, Ophelia. Things are going to be okay. I know that whatever happens, we'll get through it together. Now, I might not know all the details about what's going on with your family, but I want you to know that I'm on your side.
Thank you so much for always being there, Tina. I'm so lucky to have you in my life. I just hope that I can be as happy as you make me.
You make me very, very happy, and I am so grateful that you and I are together.
You're the only thing I need in this world, Tina. The only person who really gets me. Also, I was hoping that you and I could meet up next Saturday. I actually have quite a few things that I think you and I should talk about now that we're engaged.
Yes, of course. Much better to talk about all of this in person. By the way, I really would like to introduce you to my parents if that's all right. I mean, You wouldn't mind if I told them that I proposed to you and that we're engaged now, right?
Yeah, I don't have any problems with that at all. I would actually really like to meet your parents. It sounds like you all get along really well, and I guess I kind of get a little jealous when I hear you describe them.
Well, they are going to be your family soon, too, so I hope that you can meet them soon and that you like them.
Wow, I guess we really have some work to do now that you and I are engaged. Who knew it would be this busy?
Yes, we really do need to make some time for all these things in our calendars. By the way, would you mind if I told my parents a little bit about your family? I just don't want them to be surprised when they find out that your parents don't know about us.
I suppose that's only fair, but are you sure that if your parents hear about the way that my mother is, that they won't try and convince you to leave me?
I really don't think that you have to worry about that at all. I just want my parents to know the situation so that we're all on the same page and they can support you too.
Got it. Well then, yeah. Maybe when my work settles down a little bit more, we could find some time for us to go over to your parents' house. I just hope I don't cause too much trouble.
Hey there, Ophelia. I just wanted to let you know that I sent you the money for the move.
No, thank you so much for doing that, Tina. Now we can finally put money down on our new place to live.
Yeah, but I feel bad for leaving all of this business finding a new place to you. I hope that you don't hold it against me.
Oh, what are you talking about, Tina? There's nothing to worry about. Besides, I know how busy you are with work, right? I'm going to be quitting my job once we get married anyways, so I have no problem using up all my days off. But it isn't easy having to handle all of this moving stuff while trying to keep it a secret from my mom at the same time. I'm having to be extra sneaky now.
You mean that your mom still has no idea at all that you're planning on moving out?
That's right. I've made sure that she's not coming into my room and snooping around there. And when I take my stuff out, I always do it in small amounts.
I see. Well, I guess that is one way to keep your mom from finding out about what we're doing. But are you really just never going to tell her what's going on until you leave?
I mean, that is the plan. Otherwise, why bother keeping this all a secret from her, you know?
I guess you have a point there, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that you were really okay with this. But I'm sorry, I realize that I might be just worrying too much, and I don't want it to rub off on you. I know that you've been working really hard, and that this is something you've wanted for a long time.
No, I really appreciate how much you worry about me and want to make sure that I'm all right. You're always thinking about me, and I really appreciate it. But yes, this is something that I want to do, and I'm ready to go through with it.
Of course, and I won't say another word about you being sure. I know that you'll be able to pull this off. But you're really sure that you're going to be able to move everything without telling your mom?
Yes, I am 100% sure. I only have a few more things to move now, and I'm not going to bother taking any of the appliances.
I see. Well, just let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you with all of this. I know you want to keep this all a secret, but I still want to be there for you.
Thank you for that, Tina. I really appreciate it. But I think I'm going to be fine. By the way, how are your parents doing? I hope they're not too mad that we haven't gone to officially make the announcement to them yet.
Oh yeah, they're just fine, actually. I told them what the situation was and that we'd go to their place as soon as we'd finished moving.
Great. I really am happy that they're so cool about this. Also, I had a few wedding venues in mind that I wanted to check out with you.
Wow, you mean you already have an idea for where it is that you want to get married?
Of course! I mean, after we meet your parents, the plan was to go to the courthouse and officiate the marriage anyways, right?
Yeah, I suppose that was the plan, wasn't it? But we have to finish with the move first.
Yeah, but one of these places has a waiting period of about a year. So since we know that we're going to get married, I just think we need to move fast. It sounds to me like if we don't try and claim a spot at this place, that we just won't get one for a long time. Did you want to check it out with me soon?
Well, it sounds to me like we have to, or else we might not even get to use it. But we can make a whole date of it. This is going to be so fun, actually.
Awesome. I'll call the place and set up the appointment to go and look. Once I have it down, I'll be sure to let you know.
Ophelia, are you there? Please get back to me when you get this message. It's really important.
Tina, what's up? Is everything okay?
Is that really you? Please, you have to tell me where you are right now.
Actually, it's not. This is Fiona, Tina's mother, and you might have some things to say to my daughter, but I have some things to say to you. Unfortunately, my daughter was in a terrible car accident, and she's wheelchair-bound now.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. Now I understand that you two were planning to marry each other, but you should know that Ophelia can't even walk now. So are you still sure that you want to marry my daughter, even in a state like this? I think we both know the answer, so let's just call the whole thing off now.
What do you mean? You mean you think that we should call off the wedding?
Of course, but this isn't my idea. It's all Ophelia's. I'm sure that you can understand her feelings, though. She said that she couldn't stand it if she caused trouble in your life and doesn't want to be a burden, so the wedding is off. But I suppose this is what she gets for trying to go against her mother like this. So you really are just better off forgetting all about my daughter and leaving her alone.
I see. Well, if that's the case, then I am going to need to be compensated.
Excuse me? What do you mean? You expect us to pay you after you found out my daughter was in a car accident and can't walk? Well, at least now I understand why Ophelia was too embarrassed to introduce you to me. You were just horrible.
Well, I'm afraid that you are unilaterally ending the engagement, and that entitles me to compensation. So we can either settle this now or settle it in court. It's up to you.
How could you try and do this to me after finding out about what's happened to my poor, sweet little girl?
I'm sorry, Fiona, but do you even have any proof that what you say has happened actually has? Because I also gave Ophelia $20,000 to put down on a new house, so if we're not getting married, I need that money back, too.
You gave her money to move to a new house. I had no idea about any of that.
I assumed that you wouldn't. After all, Ophelia was keeping many secrets from you, but I also know that Ophelia is the kind of person that will pay that all back. So go ahead and tell her to send the money back to my bank account, okay?
But I just told you that my daughter is stuck in a wheelchair and won't be able to move for the rest of her life. And all you can think of at this time like this is money.
That's not all I'm thinking about. You're just avoiding my question. If she was in an accident, then I'd assume that Ophelia is still in the hospital, so could you tell me the name of it? By the way, if you're going to act like this, then I'll just let you know that I am prepared to hire a lawyer.
How could you do this to us after I just told you the state that my poor, poor daughter is in?
If what you say is true, that's unfortunate, but money is money, so pay up.
But the whole reason Ophelia got into the accident in the first place is because of you.
And just how do you figure that any of this is my fault?
Well, because if she wasn't engaged to marry you, then none of this would have ever happened. You did this to her, and now you ruined her life. Don't you have any love for my daughter at all?
I love your daughter very much, actually. And that's why this whole conversation is just making me very sad. But I really wish that you would stop trying to jerk me around like this.
Excuse me? And just what is that supposed to mean? Why would you even say that?
Well, because you're lying to me right now. This whole thing has been a lie, hasn't it?
I don't know what you mean. What are you saying?
I mean that I realize now from the start that Ophelia never actually intended to marry me. That's what's making me so sad, but I also realize that this whole thing has just been a giant scam. And you should know that I am going to go to the police and file a report against you.
Please, you have to know that I'm so sorry.
Is this really you, Ophelia? Are you finally done pretending to be your mother?
No, you're wrong. It's not like that. My mom took my phone and was the one sending you those messages. She found out about the marriage and me moving out. I never meant for things to happen like this. I really am so sorry.
I see. So then you mean to tell me that you weren't actually in an accident?
I'm sorry, Tina, but I just can't be with you. I'll just never be able to get away from this crazy mother of mine. So please, just forget all about me. I know that I'll only cause you trouble and pain, so forget all about me.
So then you're also saying that we should just cancel our engagement?
It's not like I want to be doing this, but I think that it really is going to be for the best.
Right. Well, I already told your mom this, but if that's the case, then I'm going to need to get paid.
Please, Tina, you have to understand. It isn't like I want to do this. Don't you think you're being just a little bit mean? I mean, we haven't even met our parents.
Look, Ophelia, I already know all about who you are and what your game is. In fact, it was only after I said that I was going to go to the police that you stopped pretending to be your mom.
I told you that nobody was pretending to be my mom. That really was her this whole time.
I really just don't believe you. Because I know for a fact that your mom doesn't live in the city. So why are you lying to me right now?
Tina, what are you saying? You know that I live with my mom and how strictly she keeps her eyes on me.
It's all an act, though. None of that is really true. You just say that so you can get away with all of this easier.
I don't understand what you mean by that. You're not making any sense, Tina.
Oh, just stop it already. I know that you have other suitors and people that you're engaged to.
That isn't true. How could you say such awful things about me?
When are you finally going to drop the act? I know that this is all fake, so stop trying to play the victim. And you know how I know this is all fake? Because someone else is living in the condo that we were supposed to move into. I asked the management company about how that could be, and they said that you did make a call but canceled the leasing process.
But that can't be. I was sure that I did everything correctly. Are you sure that someone is in the unit that we were going to move in?
You were never going to do it, right? You started the process to appear that you were serious, and then you backed out to keep the money.
It's not true. And whatever might be true is all my mom. You have to believe me.
But you don't even live with your mom. Not only that, but after finding out about the apartment, I started looking more into you, and I found out about all your other partners. All of which I'm assuming that you're stealing from. I really can't believe you. But I have to admit, you are a good scam artist. You really had me going for a while.
None of this is true. Please, Tina, you have to listen to me. I love you with all my heart. There's no one else I want to be with, but I'm poor, and my family needs the money. I was lying to you at first, but I realized over time that I really do like you. So I was only going to steal the money for the condo from you.
Only steal that amount from me? I gave you $20,000. Do you realize that? But at least you finally come out and admit that you were always going to try and steal from me. I can't believe that I wanted to introduce you to my parents. But at least now I have the proof that I need to prove you're nothing but a liar.
No, please. You have to know that I never meant to betray you. It really isn't how you think at all. Hello? Tina? Are you even reading these anymore? Please, don't go to the police. I'm begging you.
After that, I went to the police and filed a report against Ophelia for marriage fraud. I told the office all about her situation, and after an investigation period, I was told that she was finally arrested for her lies. She had actually been tied to so many reported fraud cases and was currently engaged in so many other cases that she was sentenced to several years in prison. One can only wonder at how many people she had hurt before me. In all our 2 years of dating, I really never once thought that Ophelia was lying to me. But thinking back on it now, she was always asking me to take her out to nice restaurants and do expensive things with her. I thought we were going out on dates, but I think she was testing me. It makes me sad to think that this is how my engagement with the woman who I thought I loved ended. But I suppose I've become stronger and smarter for it. As for Ophelia, I only hope that she thinks about the pain that her actions have caused others while she's locked away. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.